Good afternoon, traders. It's Bill Baruch with Blue Line Futures, and this is the FX Rundown. We had the Fed. Now next up is non-farm payroll tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. Central Time. Average hourly earnings is going to be the more important number that's expected to rise by 0.3%. But don't underestimate the power of jobs, because the ADP on Wednesday was a blowout number. Now they're only looking for about 180,000 jobs gained in the month of April, but if this comes in fairly strong, it's going to, overall pick up the dollar as long as that wage growth number doesn't just completely whiff. Again, 0.3 is above the overall average that we saw over the last about 12 months. Generally speaking, it's been around 0.2. So keep an eye on that, and if it comes in hot, that's what's going to really increase the dollar. It's going to get that Fed engine going, that less dovish that we saw yesterday, moving more towards neutral here by the end of the week. Now, if that number comes in very soft, say only a gain of 0.1, and jobless, the job growth is right around that 180, we're going to see the dollar move down a little bit, as this, there's no sign of inflation anywhere, especially wage growth. So that would really kind of, again, dial back any type of neutrality that we saw from Fed Chair Powell yesterday. So this number is going to be huge, 7:30 a.m. Central Time. Now, a little earlier, we do have the Eurozone CPI. This is a preliminary number for April, so keep an eye on that too. It's going to affect the euro, of course. So where are the levels right now? 97.60 or so is going to be some decent resistance. We're finishing up right there. That resistance band could go as high as about 96.70 in the dollar index. It ultimately lines down in the euro with about just below 112, which we're finishing on near the lows of the session. 111.84.5 was a big level that stretches down to that recent low, about 111.50. So you got a lot of support down there in the euro, and you got a lot of resistance because you had the previous highs in the dollar index up to 98. So just a lot of resistance to look at and be cautious with. But again, a very hot number is going to get that dollar rolling, or a very poor CPI number from Eurozone is going to get that dollar rolling early. And if it closes out above 98, then you got a breakout on our hands. So not only is it a breakout, it was a pullback this week that held good support, and then we get the run. So that's a very powerful move if it does happen. You don't want to stand in the way. We're very somewhat upbeat on the dollar, I guess you could say now, but we're not going to really take any big bets, ahead of this number. So you want to stay cautious heading into non-farm and react. Don't be on defense. Now moving on with the yen, it's right around that 90 number, that level that it's been sort of a barometer of bullish or bearish. And again, here there's no real edge on either side of the trade. Rallies have stalled. Overall, we think that there can be some weakness in the yen, and given the fact that the equity market has moved down, if it starts to rally and you start to see a stronger risk sentiment in the equities, it could hurt the yen. But you also want to watch the commodities. Commodities, a lot of them have been beaten up this week, copper and crude oil, and if those can't get anything going ahead of the weekend, it's going to be hard to see equity markets start to run on their own. And again, that's all could be a barometer of risk sentiment for the yen. Now, those commodities have weighed on the Canadian and the Aussie. Both of them are against major three-star supports. Watch those levels. And again, a hot number that gets the U.S. dollar going tomorrow is going to crack those two below major three-star supports. You got breakdowns on our hands, and the path of least resistance is, guess what, lower. Give us a call. We're here to talk about anything on the board. 312-278-0500. You can email us info@bluelinefutures.com. Check our website for updates, and you sign up for a free trial of our research there. But remember, futures trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all individuals. Thank you.